Everybody. Good evening, everybody at home. Welcome to the Mayor and Council Work and Regular Session. It is September 7th, 2023, 7:30 p.m. Linda, will you please call the meeting to order and read the Open Public Meetings Act announcement, please?
In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, the notice requirements have been satisfied. The meeting dates for the year are confirmed at the annual meeting, are posted on the public bulletin board in the municipal building and on the borough website, published in the record within the first 10 days of the new year, and copies are sent to the Ridgewood News and Star Ledger. Notice of this meeting by the August 24, 2023 Sunshine Notice was sent to the record, the Ridgewood News and Star Ledger, and has been posted on the public bulletin board in the municipal building and borough website. Councilwoman Homan? Absent. Councilwoman Lovasolo?
Here.
Councilman O'Connell?
Here.
Councilman O'Toole?
Here.
Councilman Yacarino?
Here.
Councilman
Somewhere.
Delawitzio is absent. Mayor Wozinski?
Here. Please stand to salute the flag, everybody. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next I have a proclamation to read. So this is a proclamation for Allendale Senior Living. Whereas Allendale Senior Living is a family-owned and physician-operated and has been in business for over 50 years. And whereas Allendale Senior Living was founded in 1967 by Hector R. Giancarlo, MD, a surgeon and pioneer in the field of ear, nose, and throat. And whereas Dr. Giancarlo strongly believed, based on his personal and professional conviction, that life can and should be preserved and enjoyed at every age. Whereas Dr. Giancarlo introduced the concept of a single continuum of care senior lifestyle campus and became one of the original architects of the aging in place theory, supporting people's independence with exceptional medical care. And whereas Allendale Senior Living is deeply rooted in the local community with partnerships in hospitals, including Valley Hospital of Ridgewood, Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, Hackensack University Medical Center, and Good Samaritan Hospital in Suffern, and New York Presby Hospital in New York, New York. Whereas there is now new ownership by Marquee Health Consulting Services, and they are proud to build upon Allendale's outstanding legacy of care. Marquee Health Consulting Services offers a robust rehabilitation center, assisted living, subacute, and memory care with a full continuum of age-in-place care. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Borough of Allendale recognizes Allendale Senior Living 50 years of dedicated service to our senior community. I think I read in my mayor's report last week that I had a tour of the facility and visited there, and it is quite beautiful. They redid the whole entire thing. And we are going to have a ribbon cutting on the 14th. So I put that out there for the council. Whoever's available, I'll put it out again. He would love to meet everybody, and so were the residents. They like to get visitors. So thank you for that. Okay, any questions about that? Next, we have approval of minutes, August 17th, combined work and regular sessions. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second, O'Connell.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Lovasolo?
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell?
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole?
Yes.
Councilman Yacarino?
Yes.
Okay. So next we have our second reading and a public hearing of an ordinance. Linda, will you please read ordinance 23-13?
The following ordinance published herewith was first read by title only on August 17, 2023, and posted on the bulletin board of the lobby of the municipal building and borough website. Ordinance 23-13, an ordinance to amend, supplement, and revise Chapter 26, entitled Establishment, Composition, Table of Organization, Chief of Police, Director of Public Safety, Vacancies and Duties of the Borough Code of the Borough of Allendale.
And if you remember, we had a lot of turnover in the department because of retirement. And we recently hired 5 new officers, and I'm very happy to say that we'll be promoting 4 officers to sergeant at our next meeting. And this ordinance reflects that new composition of Allendale Police.
I think it's
So-
also important to note that
Please.
it's a short-term
Correct. Yeah.
ordinance. It sunsets with the retirement of Sergeant Stebbin.
Thank you. Absolutely. So do we have anybody from the public wishing to comment? Alrighty, not seeing anyone. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second O'Connell.
Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilman Yakarino,
Yes.
Okay, next we have our consent agenda. Our consent agenda is routine business, but I do like to point out a few of our noteworthy accomplishments because we are all very hard workers. One is going to be awarding the next phase of D+ Architects. So we are now in the last and final phase of building of the community center. So this is the phase where they're going to actually be overseeing the building. So we're really excited about that. Also, we have a small change order in our streetscape project, and we're on our 4th phase. We have our bill list, which I know I went through, Councilwoman Lovasolo. And we also have a resolution approving an understanding of a new MOU with our PBA. We're just clearing up an interpretation of language with regards to the healthcare. So do I have a motion? So moved. Public comment on the consent agenda? Any public comment on the consent agenda? Not seeing anybody? Motion? Motion, Lovasolo. Second, anybody?
Second O'Toole.
Okay, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilman Yakarino,
Yes.
Okay, in addition, we were contacted by Northern Highlands on the 14th. They are going to be having a college fair. So this college fair, they're going to have over 100 colleges coming in, including trade schools, including the military. And actually, this is the first time they've had it in a couple of years since COVID. At the same time, there's a football game that day. And in order to get the mass amount of people out safely, they asked if they could start the football game late. And with that, they are asking for an extension of the light ordinance. The light ordinance is currently out at 9:15. There's a 30-minute grace period, and they are expecting now the game to end at 10 o'clock. So we all felt that this is the best thing for the community. We want the kids at Northern Highlands to be able to attend the fair. We also think it's the best for the kids because we do want the kids and team spirit to get out and go to the football game. So it is in our purview to be able to relax the ordinance. So for this one day on 9/14, we're recommending that we are going to relax the ordinance and allow the lights to stay on for, I think it's less than an hour. So do I have a motion? Any questions, first of all, from anybody?
Is it 10 o'clock with a 30-minute grace period?
So
After?
the
Probably
game,
the best way to extend it is extend by 1 hour and then subject to the other provisions of the ordinance.
I mean, that's the expected time, of course. You
Mhm.
never know with this game, but, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second? Second.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilman Yakarino,
Yes.
Alrighty. So now we are going to move to our council reports. So Councilman O'Connell, your report, please.
Thank you, Mayor. DPW report, we'd like to thank Tom Viscardi, Kevin Hughes, Rich McDowell, and Dan Richards for a great job managing Crestwood this year. What a great day to end the season at Crestwood, but it was a beautiful day. The 9/11 Memorial prepared for services for Monday. We've applied 6 tons of asphalt on potholes throughout the community. And the entire DPW staff has been busy this week getting the fields ready for the fall sports, which we had practice in jerseys today. So
Wow.
we're ready to go. And that's
Right
all
out
I
of
have.
summer into the fall. Thank you very much. Councilwoman Lovasolo.
I am tabling my finance, admin, and HR report till next time after we have 2 meetings coming up. I just have a quick question though about the light thing though. Are we just are we notifying the community about the extension? Okay, good.
Yeah,
Just wanted to make sure that was out there.
Yep.
Okay,
we're gonna, notify the people on Cedar.
thank you.
Yeah,
Perfect.
with our Swift Reach.
Good job.
Thank you. Councilman
Yes.
O'Toole.
Public Safety Committee met earlier this week. We discussed some ongoing borough issues. Amongst the topics was the hiring of another certified officer to take the place of 2 more retirees. I've also mentioned in the past, we've been addressing resident complaints on McIntyre Lane. We've secured 1 speed sign and are in the process of locating it. Should be up within the next couple of weeks. Allendale Police will be enforcing borough ordinances prohibiting swimming in Crestwood Lake, as well as other prohibited activities in our parks. Speaking of Swift Reach, the borough's migrated to a new mass notification program for reverse 911 messages. Most of the old data from Swift Reach was migrated into the new system. Residents are going to be able to sign up for this new communication system. We're going to have a new design for the borough police cars to be unveiled soon.
Ooh.
The design is a little different than the traditional black and white color scheme, which costs an additional $2,000. So the large police reflective lettering will make the vehicles more visible, both for the safety of the officer and for the community to recognize a police car on patrol. And I had a sneak peek and they look pretty awesome.
Was the design team contacted, Suzanne and I?
I know.
We had our own internal design team.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It-
Are they pink?
it's
They're
pretty
pink,
awesome.
aren't they?
Yeah,
Pretty awesome.
it's pretty awesome. The fire department is awarding a FEMA grant to purchase radios to enhance interoperability with other borough agencies and county resources. And finally, I would just like to remind everyone of our upcoming blood drive in October. Date is October 19th. It'll be at the firehouse, and it's a blood drive founded by my good friend, Dr. Matt Letizia, in honor of his late father. So
October 18th, you said?
October 19th.
19th.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilman Yakarino?
Hi, can everyone hear me all right?
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Another Crestwood Lake season and event season has come and gone. This being my first year chairing the committee, it was definitely a learning curve, but I'm thankful to the mayor for her support along the way. I know that there are things that I would like to personally improve upon next year, so I have some notes to which I'll take from this year's season and apply them to next year. I know that we do want to have an end of year meeting with the managers and Ron and maybe Rich from the DPW just to discuss how things went this year, things that we could improve upon next year. So we're going to start that ball rolling now. But all in all, yeah, it was a wonderful season. A lot of great feedback from residents this year. Thanks in part to the DPW, Ron's staff, the managers, Crestwood Lake, Tom Biscardi, working with Amy and the facilities committee. So it's always a team effort. But again, it was always a nice a season up at Crestwood. This past Tuesday, we had an ASA meeting of which Amy and I attended on Zoom, and Amy helped me run the meeting while I was not able to do so. So we were able to discuss things with regard to Northern Highlands using our fields and a couple of other matters that are coming up with fall sports. We do have another meeting on the books for November, so that's moving along. We are going to be looking to have a facilities meeting in the near future just to work on a couple of things that we have in the books. I know that we talked about potentially doing a concession stand next year. So I just want to see, where we are with regard to budgetary matters and how we can help move some of those things along. I did want to mention, though, on a personal note, as you all know, that this has been a rather challenging week for me. And while I deeply appreciate the services that this town offers, it was last week that I required those services in an emergency situation. It was around 4:00 in the morning where I needed to be in contact with Allendale Police and Allendale Ambulance Corps. At around 4:45 in the morning, Officers Hudrich and Namav responded to my residence, and they could not have been more professional or helpful to me and my family during this critical time, as we soon discovered after. Also from the Ambulance Corps was Jose Diaz Hernandez and Debbie Higby. Those 4 individuals were instrumental in helping get me to where I needed to be in a timely manner, in a professional manner. And knowing that the residents are receiving this level of care, as I unfortunately had to see firsthand, is comforting to know that we have these folks out there that are equipped to do their jobs, do them professionally, and to the level that they did. I was most impressed and wishing it were under better circumstances, of course, but I expressed to the chief my gratitude for the officers and their service. And Luckily, we're in recovery mode now, and brighter days are ahead. So I'll end it at that. And thanks to everyone for your support.
Thanks, Tyler. And thanks for calling out everybody. That's super. All right. Staff reports, our clerk, Mr. Vina,
I have nothing to report.
our director of communications, John Gill.
The usual beginning of the month, I'm compiling our September newsletter.
Okay.
So we
Saw that already?
Yeah, so look at input on that. Later in the month, there's the 9/11 ceremony, and it'll be also Allendale Day.
Yeah.
Covering our booth.
Oh, good. That'll be fun.
So,
Pray for
and
no
also
rain.
Working with our PD on some upgrades to the website and some, and with the new rollout.
Yeah.
The 9/11
Excellent.
Swiffer.
And here comes the rain.
Mhm.
Chief of Police, Mike Dillon, any
Thank you,
report?
Madam Mayor. Thank you, Councilman Yakarino, for those kind words. I'm glad you're doing better, and we're always here. Should you need us day in or day out, day in or day out, excuse me. In regards to the Swift Reach rave migrations, I just wanted to clarify one aspect of it. So much of the data had come over from the old system to the new system. John Gill and myself were on the phone with Ray for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours the other day.
Oh, wow.
Ensuring that this transition was seamless. It was suggested that people visit our website to sign on, although the chances of their information already being there is very high, very likely. So just overabundance of caution. We'll start that public campaign at some point when we're ready to roll that
Yeah, that's
out,
a good idea.
whether that be at Allendale Day or through an email,
do a bunch of it,
constant
yeah.
contact through a couple
Mhm.
different mediums. So it's basically the same system. It's going to be very helpful for us to operate, but just it's some growing pains.
Yeah.
Like with any other migration.
So on Allendale Day, people can sign up to, if they're not already on the system? Or is that little,
We should have, no, yeah.
Yeah?
the
Yeah,
link
okay.
and
And we can probably do it
everything,
for mobile
website.
devices too.
okay,
We'll
This
have like
is-
a QR code on.
That would be great
Yeah.
if we have a QR code.
Yeah.
okay, that'd be awesome.
I don't want the residents to believe that, we have to start all over because
Yeah,
we spend
yeah.
a lot of time on Swift. Reach.
Yeah,
Spend
rolling
a lot
that
of
out.
time getting our people signed up.
We did.
So I have scrubbed the list. I'm comfortable with who got migrated over, but just as people change their phone numbers or emails, I just wanted
Sure.
to have a more accurate account of our residents.
Definitely. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Borough Attorney Ray West.
Thank you, Mayor. Very briefly, in addition to some of the items on this evening's agenda, we continue our efforts on the water utility sale. Back to our next internal meetings, 8:30 tomorrow morning. Really trying to narrow down the list of open items and bring some items to closure. In fact, we had some sign-offs this evening on certain of the real estate transactions that are taking place. Working with Chief Dillon on some departmental matters and also with the counsel for the PBA, trying to make sure that we're all on the same page on certain items. And hopefully we now have a final iteration of the sewer agreement, the proposed sewer agreement with Saddle River.
Oh, good.
We're hopeful as early as tomorrow, maybe as late as Monday, to get final comments and ship that off to Saddle River for their comments. That's it.
Okay, I'll do my mayor's report. Yes, we did work hard on that sewer contract. We want to make sure that it is completely fair. Their development is going to be, coming into our sewer system. The sewer contract had not been updated since
Happy Memorial.
60s or something like that. So very grateful for all the work, Ray, that you did, and also Councilwoman Holman for all the diligence that she did to make sure that the borough is completely covered and they are paying their fair share. As John mentioned, we are getting ready for our 9/11 ceremony. This is always a wonderful and special and respectful candlelit ceremony in Allendale. It is Monday already. It always comes up so quickly after the lake closes. We have an Allendale resident, Frank DeMola, who is a very decorated individual, and he's going to tell his story. So he approached me last year, and as I always say in my speech, everybody has a story. A lot of people have not been ready to tell their story, and he wasn't for all these years. So now 22 years later, he is he's ready to tell his story, and I think it's going to be very moving.
That's 6 o'clock.
It's at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. It's always at 7 o'clock, and it's always up at the Red Barn at on the day of 9/11, and it's rain or shine. So if it's rain, we move it into the Red Barn, and if not, it's right in front of our steel. So as we mentioned, the lake was closed, but a little special tribute that we do every year that most people know about now is the bagpipers that are mostly from Allendale, Naval. They pipe us out every year. So they actually take their bagpipes, go into the water, they pop on a dock, and then they pipe everybody out. It's actually a wonderful, wonderful tradition. So I had a ribbon cutting at an industry on Commerce Road, Menaris. They're actually, I believe, the biggest employer in Allendale. They have over 200 employers now. They have, this is their second location. Their first is on Pearl Court. It's a state-of-the-art facility. They're doing tons of great work in regenerative cell therapy. And they were just so thrilled that I was there. And it was actually a wonderful ceremony. And they're just so proud of this new building. They've already rented a red barn, so they're integrating into the community very nicely. They love Allendale, and they're just really happy to be here. So we're happy to accommodate them as well. And today I had a New Jersey's mayor meeting. It was sponsored by the New Jersey Conference of Mayors. The speaker was the commissioner of the New Jersey DEP. His name is Sean LaTourette. He talked about flooding in New Jersey and potential infrastructure grants that may be around to build better, more flood-friendly infrastructure. He did talk about PFAS a lot and saying how New Jersey, we are just inundated because a lot of the PFAS started here, all the plants and stuff. So again, super grateful that we got ahead of the curve on that and that we are on our way to already treating our water, which a lot of municipalities are not. And lastly, next council meeting, we actually may know who's going to be our contractor for 220. The bids are opening up next week on the 12th. So I'm not going to say anything else more about that. I don't want to jinx it. Hopefully everything will go okay. And we will get a great contractor and really the fun will begin. And that is it for me.
Just on behalf of the Land Use Board and the Land Use Committee, I just want to thank our building department because we're now seeing the new businesses coming into town and notifying us.
Yeah.
It's really great for the mayor and council to be able to see the businesses coming in and so we can greet them. And
yeah, no, we actually that was part of the email I actually passed around to everybody that they gave us, that they just are very appreciative that Allendale is actually forward thinking with growth and appreciates, the growth of new business in town and welcomes everybody in that way. Okay, any unfinished business? Any new business? I will open to the public on any matter. Anybody from the public wishing to speak, please come up and state your name and address. There's a 3-minute time limit.
Yeah, I know that. I'm ready. I'm here for what you're going to say. Put the timer on.
All right, I'll
I'm
start
not
the timer.
Fine. My name is Joe Delbuno. I live at 62 Chestnut Street. I'm here to continue the conversation about safety and only safety on Chestnut Street. I would like this table to be Chestnut Street. That's Waldwick. This is Chestnut Street, Allendale. The railroad tracks are here. On each side is the walking area. That's approximately the size of the walking area.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm asking someone that's in charge or someone that can direct the DPW or whoever's responsible for cutting back the foliage, that this is 3 feet for a pedestrian or a bike to be able to ride, if this is the regular street, correct? So this is 2 feet. And I think that anyone that would say that on either side of that road is New Jersey Transit property is misleading the people in town that might want to make the Chestnut Street area safe for pedestrians and bikers. Because the foliage is over the white line. Now, this is not a Joe Delbuno issue. It has something to do with safety. There are more people that live in Whitney. There are more people that live on Chestnut Street, or even people in Waldwick, other people who walk on that street, whether it's on the right side or the left side. And for anyone, now, I know you've been in tune with this, but I don't know who you particularly talk to with the DPW, if they're responsible for cutting back the foliage. If it's Ron, fine. Ron doesn't know what part of the road is Allendale. Even if this is Allendale's road, right, just here, just this white line, and the foliage is over here, somebody's responsible for that. So that's the number one topic for me, is that I would hope that by now, and it's not like as I haven't brought this up to a number of people's attention, but it's been years. It's not like a couple of days, not a couple of meetings. I don't think I've ever come to 2 meetings in a row. If it wasn't for the 2 ladies that say, keep coming back. So they're not here tonight, but they recommended it. The second topic, because I know I'm under the time limit, second topic is the striping. All right. Is there any proof that someone has contacted the county for striping Franklin Turnpike and Chestnut Street for the safety of the pedestrians that are on, the people that get on the bus and people that get off the bus, and people who cross one of the longest sections in in Allendale for pedestrians to travel from one part of Chestnut or Franklin Turnpike to the other part of Franklin Turnpike, and then where the intersection is on Chestnut Street. So is there anyone that's holding someone responsible to contact the county and say, look, either you do it or we have to do it. We are going to send them a bill. Maybe you could do it. Maybe the DPW does striping. They do it and send them the bill. But
All right. So your 3 minutes are up, and I would like to just let you know that I will talk to Ron and set up a meeting with him, with Anthony Hackett and Mike Limatola to address your concerns. Okay. I will send an email out right at this meeting to set up a meeting. Okay.
I was just hoping that it would have. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. 50 Chestnut Street. Do I have to wait till next week? Mr. Lemondola was supposed to go over there and was supposed to.
Yeah, I think it probably would be best if you addressed it at this meeting as well, because Mr. Limatola is the one that would be addressing if there is a property maintenance violation.
Thank you.
So, I have not seen any report on 50 Chestnut from him.
Okay, because the last time I have the paperwork there when I had the open public records item said that the night that I was here was during that day that he was going to go over, and that it's on the paper. I'll give you the paperwork. I'll give you all the paperwork if you want.
No, I believe you. I
said that he would go over and
honestly,
check
I don't know, so I don't want to address it.
An illegal
because I'm not
driveway
sure.
and plus the entire, I know it's a rental and no one can control that to some extent, but we do have a property maintenance order.
We do. I mean, he's out there all the time.
So I don't know if he has told anyone what his report was on that for both for the condition of 50 Chestnut Street, and specifically the illegal driveway that's there. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right,
Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Anybody else from the public wish to speak? Not seeing anyone. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.